Okay guys, welcome again. Again with Funkoverse. I wanted to do a review of the Golden Girls, Aggretsuko and KoolAid Man. I did it, I watched it and I wasn't really happy with it. So I thought I will do something different. I will just quickly re-review all the characters, like really quickly, to see, you can see if my opinion changed. Maybe that will be interesting. And then I will talk about the other Golden Girls and KoolAid Man and Aggretsuko. That way you have all the characters in just one video. So that would be probably easier for you to recommend to someone or something. And I tried to keep this quick, so I'll just get going. Joker, 5 stars. Initially I had him lower, but he has great denial. Also his bank, whenever you remove one of the tokens, you can actually attack AoE with it. I thought that wasn't the case, but here, but it actually is. Just one of the best characters, 5 stars. Harley Quinn. Here I struggle. I will give her 3 stars for now. But this can change to be more in the future. Just actually, I think Whip is better than Mallet on her, but I have to test it more. Batman, 4 stars. I think I initially had him lower. But he's actually a pretty decent bruiser. Batgirl, 4 stars, and can even go higher. She can either be a bruiser or a scout in some situations. She is a pretty decent scout, so that's something. Robin, 1 star. I don't see a reason to use Robin in the game, but he's not that bad, even though 1 star. Catwoman, 2 stars. Actually, there I had her much higher, but there are actually more potent scouts, and she is, you know, the cartwheel is pretty decent with a broom, but for the flags, but that's about it. And it can actually get pretty countered with some stuff, and it's not maybe that amazing. But yeah, for flags, she will be better. But overall, 2 stars. Bellatrix, 1 star. I don't think you should ever play Bellatrix over something else. She's not that bad again, but there's like other characters that does things better. Voldemort, 4 stars. He's still a DPS powerhouse, but still defense 1 is an liability. Hermione, 1 star. I think her Descendo is probably something that can be exploited maybe in the future sets when we have some combos going. But right now, no reason to play her. 1 star. Harry Potter, 4 stars. He's actually very decent and he's a very good tank when he's laying down. The ability The Boy Who Lived is actually very powerful. But you know, you have to lay down for it. Other than that, he doesn't have that much, but he is a strong addition and he's good because he has the same color as Ron Weasley. Ron Weasley, 5 stars. Still one of the best characters in the set, if not the best. Great passive, the best attack in the game, I think still. Stupefy is just stupidly powerful, if you pardon my pun. Renovate is very good. It turns out your non-scouts into scouts, which is also very important. And Reducto is actually very good against some good stuff like the Joker boxes or Draco Malfoy, 4 stars also. And Draco has a Serpent, which is very good. Here he has 1 defense, that's why he doesn't get 4 stars. But he's a very powerful character. You should try to play with him. Maybe use him as semi-scout and let the Serpent do the talking. Morty Smith, 5 stars. I think currently he's the best scout in the game. Just because of the I don't know about this. And he maybe not know, but I know he's the best. Then Rick Sanchez, 4 stars. Maybe even higher in the future. Actually, Rick is insane when used properly, and I thought his ability Wooba Looba Dooba Doop works somehow differently. I thought it had to be at the start of the turn. I don't know why I thought that. It doesn't say anywhere here. But you can actually use it at the end of the turn, and these abilities are very powerful. And even the Belch is not that bad because it just has a cooldown of 1. And Get Swifty can be good with some stuff that I will talk about later. But yeah, Rick, 4 stars. Raptor, 4 stars actually. She's very powerful if used properly, just because she can stand herself up. and she can do a lot of powerful abilities, attacks, sorry. And yeah, just a good character. Not higher just because of defense 1. Ray Arnold, 4 stars, but can be higher in the future. His ability to unexhaust somebody when he knocks himself out is nothing to be scoffed at. I think Ray can be an important part in some of the combos that we can see in the future. I have to test him more. Dr. Ellie Sattler, 1 star, still garbage. She's a bruiser that has, like, she has nothing going for her. Run is just, you know, not a scout ability because you have to be adjacent to a rival. Then you have some weird attacks that are not really that good, and one defense, just not good. Dr. Alan Grant, 5 stars. I think just the fact that he is one of the few characters that have as ability to generate points make him a really interesting pick. And he's very good, and his attack is also great. Menacing speech, everything you want in attack except a high cooldown. Yeah, very, very powerful character. T-Rex, 3 stars. I don't think I rated much of the stuff 3 stars. Just pretty decent. Yeah, have to test him more. Ian Malcolm, 3 stars. He's a very fun character, but he's not that powerful, which I like. This is my favorite design of everything, I think. He's just fun, he's exciting, and he's balanced. 3 stars. Okay, and then we get to Golden Girls, so here I will slow down just a tiny little bit. So first we have Blanche. Blanche is a bruiser, and her passive is good for a bruiser. You know, rolling fewer dice. It's actually, you know, kind of like she has +1 defense. A little worse, I believe, but I'm not sure. I would have to check them off. Then she can actually get to your opponent by high boys, but like this is a bruiser type of ability going there instead of you know, normal scout ability. She has flirt, which is not bad. Actually, like, you know, classic combo with her is high boys plus flirt, very thematic. And she has this Southern hospitality also, that can kinda, you know, maybe mess someone on territory scenario or stuff like that. But Blanche gets 3 stars. I think she's okay, but like I would use Batman over her probably, or I would use, I don't know, Batwoman over her, Batgirl, sorry, or someone else. Just, you know, she's not that exciting. She's a bruiser without a 3 dice attack, and not something that we should really play if we want to get the maximum out of our characters. Then we have Dorothy. Dorothy, when she's standing, rival adjacent to her may not attack anyone else, so she has a taunt type ability. That's actually pretty good because with Dorothy you can protect your 1 defense guys. She has this challenge too where she gets +1 defense. That can also be powerful in the right setup, but usually your opponent will do something about it. So that's not that exciting, but it's a nice bonus. You also have kind of a scout ability. Independent is much more of a scout ability than high boys, and I like it more. And Strong and Sassy is actually a decent AoE because of how Dorothy works. Like when she pulls people in, she will get some value. And because of all that, she gets 4 stars, but that's hesitant 4 stars. That's like 3.5, but I have to do a 4. She's better than Blanche, I think. And she has a brighter future ahead of her. Then we have Rose. Rose is pretty decent, I would say. With challenge 4, that's what you want. Like that's what these ladies are lacking, a good attack. but this lady actually has an AoE, so you know, that's like 1 4 attack versus 2 2 attacks. That's okay. 2 2 attacks are good enough. It can be 3 also, or 4 if you're against a serpent minion. Then we have story time, which is not that exciting, and but can be useful sometimes. And we have thank you for being a friend, which is also not that exciting. And then we have Saint Olaf, favorite daughter. So if she's standing and she can she has a reply, which is a better ability than it sounds, because if you're playing against a good opponent, they kind of know that they won't attack you with 2 dice usually. That just means that they won't attack you because there is a chance that it may get back at them. They actually should attack you because, you know, the chance of them hitting is higher, but they might be scared. They might not think about it, or like forgot about it. Probably good players won't, but there is just a lot of scenarios where that ability will score you points, and that's what this game is all about. And then we move to Sophia. Sophia has a very good passive ability. I really like it. So she can move someone at the start. She has a very good attack with calling a hit, where somebody else might do a challenge 4 against a rival adjacent to them. So Sophia is kinda ranged DPS in a sense. Then she has a range ability, but you shouldn't probably use it that much. And she has a curse, which lets it lets you poke tanks basically. So you can kinda like if for example you are against a Dorothy that has 3 defense or something, you can actually with curse and then call in a hit, do a 4 dice attacks versus 1 dice, which is usually ends up in success. But because of her 1 defense and the fact that she's still fragile and she has to still sit at the back, and if the chain is broken between her and her frontline DPSs, she gets 3 stars actually. Then we move into Aggretsuko. Aggretsuko has an interesting idea with the rage tokens. So there is 1 rage token. It acts like any token on the cooldown track, so it will go down 1 at the end of the turn. But every time she does a basic action, it goes up by 2. Yes, it goes up to 2. So that means that Aggretsuko gets rage quite easily, because, you know, with just 2 moves action at the start of the game, she gets it to 4 and to 3 at the start of her next turn. Then she has this attack rage, do a challenge equal to 1 plus your rage. So that means she's attacking with 4 or 5 dice usually on this. She has a move in your face, move a number of squares equal to your rage towards a rival you can see, and then challenge 2, which is not bad, but she doesn't really need it, I think. It has a high cooldown, but sometimes help for Retsuko can be really good. This is an ability that is especially important if you have like a character lying across a wall or something, because you can place Aggretsuko adjacent to an ally within 3 squares. You don't have to see him. That's really powerful actually. She may only do assist or interact actions, but that's not a problem, because in all those scenarios, in almost all those scenarios, you kinda want to assist anyway, so that's not that much of a drawback. Aggretsuko, I think, is best paired with Ron Weasley or Rick, and that's actually strong characters. You know, that's a good character with good characters, so that's really a good combo. Aggretsuko gets 5 stars, and I actually think she is insane. The 1 rage, all she needs is 1 red token for her, really. Like, you don't need much else, because 1 rage token is all you need. You can do all kind of combos with move plus rage, or basic attack plus rage, and that will mean that you will attack with 5 dice of rage. You can actually rage twice if you like Ron gives you an action first or something, but that's not really necessary. Like the one strong attack per turn is really pushing it over usually. I would actually like to see her toned down a little, to be honest. I think this is the first sign of the power creep, maybe. I don't want to be too harsh, but she's a little overtuned in my opinion. 5 stars from me. But she's not busted yet. She's a little overtuned, I would say. Then we have KoolAid Man. KoolAid Man can move through walls with his abilities. Move 1, challenge 3. That's the best one that I think he has, because then can surprise you through a wall and stuff like that. Your opponent can actually get a little scared with this. Like he has a lot to think about. Then we have AoE, challenge 3 to all adjacent rivals. I think the main combo is kinda oh yeah plus splash zone. If you cannot pull it off just because of the movement or stuff like that, or your opponent is moving pretty good, then you have also the combo of Hey KoolAid plus Splash Zone, but that's a little harder to do just because you have to stand next to an ally. So yeah, KoolAid, he looks very interesting. But actually when you play him, he's good, but he has high cooldowns. So if you are playing something that will support him with a lot of tokens and not use many tokens, characters that can support really good, for example, Morty, he doesn't actually have like, he only has 1 red. But he doesn't need that many tokens. Or for example, Harley Quinn. Then I think he is decent. KoolAid gets 4 stars from me. He's a little bit overcomplicated, I would say, but I know that some people will love playing with him. I personally don't, but you know, not every character is designed for everyone, and also I've never been to America, and I think KoolAid is an American drink typically. I've never seen that in Europe, so maybe that's also something. So yeah, that's all the characters rated. Overall, I think the balance is pretty good right now. And one thing that I would like to say is that I'm glad there are bad characters in the game, because sometimes you just want to play against a newer player and you can play actually those worse characters, and that's pretty important as well. Like, that's something that we normally not think about, but there is need for bad characters, really. The main drawback of the bad characters right now is a defense of 1, I would say. Except a couple of exceptions. With a couple of exceptions, defense 1 is a liability, and I think that the designers should pursue the line that they are having, that if you have a really powerful abilities, you get a defense of 1 to kind of draw things out. So without further ado, I would like to end this video, and I hope you all stay safe during this pandemic. See you later, guys. Bye.